Hey everyone! Today we're going to talk about properties of logarithms. And in this video we're going to focus on expanding these logarithms, and in the next video we'll talk about condensing these logarithms. So when it comes to our properties of logarithms, there's ultimately three main properties that we want to focus on. The first one is the power property. So if we have a logarithm, so say we say log x raised to the 8th degree. So what the power property ultimately tells us is that if we want to expand this, so we want to put it in long form, ultimately this exponent that is up here, this power, we can actually bring out to the front. So this would equal a log of x. The second property we want to focus on is the multiplication property. So ultimately under the multiplication property, it states if we have log of a times b, we can expand that and we can actually write it as two different logs. So this is the same thing as log a plus log of b. And the third property we need to know is the division property. So the division property states that if we have log of a divided by b, we can expand that and write that as two separate logs. And we can write that as log a minus log b. And we didn't get too much into this, but ultimately when it comes to these, if I don't write in what my log is, my base, we consider this to be a base 10 system. So ultimately this is saying that this is log base 10 of a times b equals log base 10 of a plus log base 10 of b, right? So whatever our base is on any of these, when we go to this expanded form, that base is going to continue through. So let's try an example or two. So let's say they gave us, and they want us to expand the logarithm. And the first example they give us is log 6th to the 3rd degree. So this would follow under that power property since we have 6 to the 3rd power. So what can we do to expand this logarithm? We can take our 3 and we can move it out front. So this is the same thing as 3 log 6. Let's try another example. So let's say they gave us log of 11 times 5. So ultimately they want us to expand this. So they want us to write this as two or more different logs. And in our case it's just going to be two different logs. So because this is that multiplication property, we know that we can expand this and turn it into actually an addition problem. And it would be log of 11 plus log of 5. Let's throw another one in there. So let's say we had log of 3 over 8. Sorry, my technology and me, we gotta love it. 3 over 8. That's a little better. So ultimately, by looking at this, we can see that it follows the division property. So on the division property, we can expand this, and we can expand it into two separate logs that are going to be the difference or subtracted from each other. So whatever is on top, your 3, which is your numerator, is what you're going to start with first. So it's going to be log 3 minus whatever is in your denominator is going to go next, of log 8. Not too shabby? Right. Let's spice it up just a tad bit. So let's continue and do a couple more examples. So what are we at, number 4? I think so. So let's say they gave us log base 7 of x. X times y. So this one, going back, what are they doing? They're actually multiplying. So we know that we can take that multiplication property and we can expand this into an addition property. The only thing we just got to make sure is this is a base 7, so we just got to make sure we continue writing our base 7 in when it comes to our answer. So again, because this is multiplication, we know we're going to expand it by writing this as two logarithms that are being added together. So we would just have log base 7 of x plus log base 7 of y. So let's do one more where we have a bunch of little variables in there instead of letters. So let's say they gave us, I don't know, log base 6 of u over v, just to spice it up a little bit, right? So on this one, we have a division property. We're going to use the division property, and the division property states that we can write the logarithm of what's being subtracted. So what's on the numerator is what's going to be the first log, and the second log is going to be our denominator. So we can just rewrite this as log, don't forget our base 6 of u minus log base 6 of v. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to try some of these on the assignment that's posted. The next lesson that we do, it'll actually do with condensing these, and all the condensing is we're just going to go the opposite order. We're going to start with this, and we're going to end up back this way, right? We're going to start out with this whole thing is going to be what they're going to give us, and they're going to ask us to condense it, and we're going to go back and write it in this form. Hope this helps. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.